For it is not fun to be the flotsam and jetsam in a war. All humanity must make a choice, and must make that choice soon. I pray that yours will be the right choice. And I'm going to quote verbatim throughout this text. We shall endeavor to show the cosmic root of both of these institutions, the purpose of each, and the training which each will inaugurate if successful. Also the nature of the soul quality which may be expected to result from each method. Our opposition is not fanatical or blind to the merits of the Catholic religion. However, the Catholic is our brother as well as the Mason. We would not say a disparaging, irreverent word against this faith or those who live by it, and should we seem to do so in any passage, the wrong will be due to inadvertence. The reader is requested to note that we distinguish sharply between the Catholic hierarchy and the Catholic religion, but the former are also our brothers. We would not throw stones, either physically or morally, for we know our own shortcomings too well to attack others. Thus our opposition is not personal, but spiritual, and to be fought with the weapon of the Spirit, reason. We firmly believe it to be for the everlasting good of mankind that the Masons should win, and cannot therefore be sure to present the Catholic side in a perfectly unbiased manner. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I've taught you that this is a battle between the philosophers of fire and those who are of the waters of faith. I am making no judgments. I am just telling you this is what it is. Like it or not, believe it or not, those in power, those changing the world today, those who are ticking off the minutes of the timetable toward the New World Order, they believe in this religion. And if they believe in it, it makes no difference whether you believe in it or whether you like it or whether you laugh at it. It will affect you. Make no mistake. And it was the purpose of Jehovah to mold this red earth, translated Adam, into forms wherein to imprison and quench the spirits in the fire. To this end, he issued the creative fiat, and the prototypes of fish, fowl, and every living thing appeared, even including the primitive human form, which were all created by his angels. Thus he hoped to make all that lives and moves subservient to his will. Against this plan, a minority of the angels rebelled. They had too great an affinity for fire to bear contact with water, and refused to create the forms as ordered, but thereby they at the same time deprived themselves of an opportunity of evolution along the conventional lines, and became an anomaly in nature. Furthermore, having repudiated the authority of Jehovah, they must work out their own salvation in their own manner. How this has been accomplished by Lucifer, their great leader, will be made plain in the following articles. For the present, suffice it to say that in the Earth period, when various planets were differentiated to provide proper evolutionary environment for each class of spirits, the angels under Jehovah were set to work with the inhabitants of all planets having moons, while the Lucifer spirits have their abode upon the planet Mars. The angel Gabriel is representative on earth of the lunar hierarchy, presided over by Jehovah. The angel Samael is ambassador of the martial forces of Lucifer. Gabriel, who announced the coming birth of Jesus to Mary, and his lunar angels are therefore the givers of physical life, while Samael and the hosts of Mars are the angels of death. Thus originated the feud in the dim dawn of this cosmic day, and that which we see as Freemasonry today is an attempt by the hierarchs of fire, the Lucifer spirits, to bring us the imprisoned spirit light, that by it we may see and know. Catholicism is an activity of the hierarchs of water, and places holy water at the temple door to quench the spirits seeking light and knowledge, and to inculcate faith in Jehovah. When they speak of the Catholic Church, they are talking about Christianity, ladies and gentlemen, in all of its forms. It may blindly butt its head against the cosmic forces typified by the first of the fiery signs, Aries the ram, which is a symbol of the brute strength brought to bear upon the problems of life by the most primitive races. Did you get that? The most primitive races. Remember, I taught you that this is all about race also. And don't forget it. The signs, the symbols, the language is all around you. You just don't know how to read it. Art may adopt the more modern method of cunning as a means of attaining mastery over others, which characteristic is indicated in the second of the fiery signs, Leo the lion, the king of beasts. Or perchance it may rise above the animal nature and aim at the stars with the bow of spiritual aspiration, typified by the last of the fiery signs, Sagittarius, the centaur. The centaur is just ahead of the watery sign, Scorpio, a warning that one who tries to reach that last stage and assert his divine right of choice and prerogative as Freemason, a son of fire and light, will surely feel the sting of the scorpion in his heel, which will goad him onward upon the path where men become, quote, wise as serpents, end quote. It is from this class that mystic masonry is recruited, with men who have the indomitable courage to dare, the unflagging energy to do, and the diplomatic discrimination to be silent. Divine ruler. The Masonic legend has points of variance from, as well as agreement with the Bible story. It states that Jehovah created Eve, and you'd better listen very closely here, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to spill the beans on these guys. The Masonic legend has points of variance from, as well as agreement with the Bible story. It states that Jehovah created Eve, that the Lucifer spirit, Samael, united with her, but that he was ousted by Jehovah and forced to leave her before the birth of her son Cain, who was thus the son of a widow. Then Jehovah created Adam to be the husband of Eve, and from their union Abel was born. Thus, from the beginning, there have been two kinds of people in the world. One, begotten by the Lucifer spirit, Samael, and partaking of a semi-divine nature imbued with the dynamic martial energy inherited from this divine ancestry, is aggressive, progressive, and possessed of great initiative, but impatient of restraint or authority, whether human or divine. This class is loath to take things on faith and prone to prove all things by the light of reason. These people believe in works rather than faith, and by their dauntless courage and inexhaustible energy, they have transformed the trackless wilderness of the world to a garden full of life and beauty, so lovely, in fact, that the sons of Cain have forgotten the garden of God, the kingdom of heaven, whence they were expelled by the decree of the lunar god Jehovah. Against him they are in constant rebellion, because he has tied them by the umbilical cable toe. They have lost their spiritual sight and are imprisoned in the forehead of the body, where it is said Cain was marked. They must wander as prodigal sons in the comparative darkness of the material world, oblivious to their high and noble estate, until they find the door of the temple and ask and receive light. Then, as Freemason, or children of light, are the sons of light, they are instructed in methods of building a new temple without sound of hammer. On the other hand, while Cain, governed by divine ambition, toiled and tilled the soil to make 2 blades of grass grow where there was only one, Abel, the human progeny of human parents, felt no urge or unrest, himself a creature of Jehovah through Adam and Eve. He was perfectly contented to tend the flocks, also created by God, and to accept a livelihood from their divinely begotten increase without labor or exercising initiative. Now you know why through centuries and millennium the trek toward world totalitarian socialist government never ceases.